I'm Nitika Anand, and in today's video, I'm going to be explaining the structure and the function of the human heart. So here, I have the human heart sample with me. I'm going to explain the function and the structure of each and every kind of specific tissue that is present here. So like we have different veins, arteries, different muscles, different tissues in the heart. So here I'm going to explain each and everything, and I'm going to explain it externally as well as internally. Means I'll just open this sample. I mean, like, this sample can be opened. So I'm going to explain everything in very much detail, even the external portions and the internal portions of the heart. So let's go. So this is the structure of the human heart. Okay, so this is basically the sample of the human heart that I have with me right now. Let's first of all get an overall look of the heart. These two are the upper two chambers of the heart that are known as atriums. So this is the right atrium and this is the left atrium. Talking about the lower two chambers, this is my right ventricle and this is my left ventricle. Then talking about the vena cavas, this is the superior vena cava, which collects the deoxygenated blood from the organs that lie above the heart. For example, brain. Then this is the inferior vena cava, which basically lies below the heart, which collects the deoxygenated blood from the organs that lie below the heart. For example, kidneys. Then, talking about these arteries and veins we've talked about, let's talk about two important arteries. So this, the blue artery that you are seeing, is the pulmonary artery, which rises from the right ventricle. It goes into the lungs. It takes the deoxygenated blood into the lungs to make it oxygenated. Then the red one, the red artery, is the biggest artery found in our body. That is the aorta. It takes the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle and it delivers the oxygenated blood to all the organs of the body. Then here I have the pulmonary, this is the pulmonary vein that's bringing back the blood from the heart, from the lungs. The blood which has got oxygenated from the lungs comes back into the heart through this pulmonary vein. Then these two are again arteries, the pulmonary arteries. Now let's move on to the interior view. Yeah, wait, before moving into the interior view of the heart, first of all, I would like to give you the introduction to the pericardium. We all know that our heart has a very protective layer of pericardium. The pericardium is further divided into three different layers, that is, the epicardium, the endocardium, and the myocardium, which are again the inner layers of the pericardium, which again protect our heart from being damaged, from any external injuries. Now, moving on to the internal view of the heart. These two are again the atriums, my right atrium and left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Between these two atriums, I have a septum that is known as interatrial septum. Then the septum that lies between these two ventricles is known as interventricular septum. And the septum that lies between this atrium and the ventricle, this septum that you are seeing, this and this septum, is known as the interatrioventricular septum. Then, now we're going to talk about these two tissues that are present over here. These are known as the chordinae tendineae. These tissues are very important and they are held by the papillary muscles in our heart. In the right atrium, we have the sinoatrial node or the SA node. we all know that the SA node is the pacemaker of our heart. It generates the electric impulses, which further helps our heart to beat. The pacemaker of our heart, or the SA node, it generates electric impulses which ran through here, which first go here. They pass this and they reach this septum. When they reach the septum, it divides into the caudate tendineae. When it reaches the caudate tendineae, it further divides into whole heart. The electrical signals are transmitted to the whole heart, and the whole heart pumps. So this transfers the electrical signals from here to all the parts, to all the tissues of the heart.